Hello YouTube, this is IrishBear76 coming to you. This is for my MS family. I have been doing a lot of research on some new oral drugs. I did a video on laquinimod a while back and was really excited about it, and wow, it was just scratching the surface of how excited I could be, because I have been doing research on like 4 new drugs, and they're all oral, no needles, and they look good. I'm like, oh, I'm excited. The first one's actually not a disease modifier. Its name is fampridine, sustained release. It's a fampridine, and basically it's really close to being approved to be released in the U.S. Their trade name they want to have for it's AMAYA, AMAYA, and it is a pill that, instead of working on the immune system to reduce relapses, it actually helps you walk. They found that the people that they were giving this pill in clinical trials were walking much faster than they were walking before they started it. And they were looking at the mechanism of how it works, and basically all it does is it helps your nerves conduct electricity. Those chemoelectrical impulses where the brain tells your legs to move. Basically, it just assists that signal through the scar tissue. So, wow. I'm all for walking faster with less effort. Just take, more like how I naturally used to walk. And that one's coming out soon. There are some disease modifiers, and I really get goosebumps when I think of some of the things I've read on these. It blows my mind. This is an oral pill. Its experimental name was FTY720, and the name of the medication is fingolimod, FINGOLIMOD. And this drug, this beautiful little thing, has actually proven to be superior to the beta interferon 1A. The stuff that we're like Rebif, Avonex, things like that we're having to inject ourselves with. This oral version is actually superior to those. It's not an interferon, but it works like that. It's an immunosuppressor. It suppresses the immune system so that it won't attack you. Obviously, when you do that, you have side effects. It usually will affect the liver a little bit. They have had cases of macular edema and melanoma, certain skin cancers, lung infections, but all of the MS drugs aren't without their risks. But this stuff is, the study they're doing on it's called the Transform study, and they have found, get this, all right, brace yourself, 83% of the people taking it for 2 years have not had a relapse. 83%. Wow. That's good. That's real good. They're looking at, it's all of these pills that they're coming out with are designed for relapsing, remitting, but they're even looking at using them in secondary progressive to see if it improves function. So, awesome. But that's not my last drug. I have 2 more drugs to cover. One's called clabridine, CLABRIDINE. The trade name for it's going to be Mylonax, and the phase 3 clinical trials they're doing with it is called the Clarity study, and 90% of neurologists have said they would prescribe this drug when it comes out. Basically, the information I have on it is very limited, but it's pretty much a lot like the fingolimod or the FTY720 I just talked about, except I think it actually has fewer side effects. It doesn't have an 83% relapse-free rate like the other one does, but if 90% of neurologists say that they're going to prescribe it, that's pretty promising. So as research comes out, and please look, I'm going to put in the sidebar, or whichever side it's on. If you look in the sidebar, I'm going to put the names of the drugs and where you can look to get more information. But yeah, do your own research, because I'm just scratching the surface. You know, I'm looking at multiple drugs at once right now. But yeah, that's killer. And the last drug that I was looking at is called BD-12, and its mechanism of action is pretty interesting. That it actually protects the blood-brain barrier, which me and Not Applicable 66 have talked about the whole problem with the blood-brain barrier, and you know how those little boogers, those little T cells, are getting into our brain to attack the white matter. And the mechanism of action with this, it's a Biogen drug, is that it protects the blood-brain barrier and it maintains the myelin. It helps the myelin maintain while it's under attack. It defends against neuronal death. It actually keeps the inflammatory process that causes you to get inflammation in the brain, which causes the exacerbation symptoms. What this does is it defends against that process of inflammation, which leads to destruction of neurons or brain cells, nerve cells, brain cells in the white matter, and nerve cells in the myelin. It reduces that inflammation. It protects the cells. It's cytoprotective is the word that they use for that, and it greatly reduced lesions, greater than 53%, which is pretty good. So there's a few drugs. BG12, clobardine or Mylanax, fingolimid, FTY 720s, and fampridine-SR, and that's the one that just helps with nerve conduction. Are they a cure? No. Are we close? I think so. I think they're getting to the nitty-gritty of figuring out how this stuff's working in our brain and how to fight it, and all of the different drugs use a different method to do basically the same thing. Like 3 of the 4 suppress the immune system. As we know, it's probably the culprit. I'm pretty darn sure it's autoimmune. They say it hasn't been proven, but through my anecdotal research and I've pretty much I would bet pounds to pickles that it is an autoimmune process. They're close. They're getting it. They're getting us some good drugs that we don't have to inject into ourselves. So it's been a while since I made a video. I'm really excited about these oral therapies. Everything's good with my life. My family's good. My wee daughter Annalise is growing real big. I'm in a good place mentally, spiritually, physically. I love all you guys. I hope I get a lot of responses from this video so that I can just see how everybody's doing. So let's hope that these drugs get out to us really quickly, and no more needles, and we can be a lot happier. Have a great day, a great weekend. Hug all those that you love. Enjoy every minute of your day, and may God bless all of you, my MS family. Love you. Bye.